Hello everyone. Today I will be telling you a spooky pasta from my very legit book of spookipastas. All of this is based on a true story. Let's begin. So this story begins on a late day, one sunny afternoon. It's raining, clouds are out, kids are playing. I'm walking home from school one day, and I walk by some creepy place. There's a kid selling retro games, and one of it is my favorite NES game of all time, Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. I approached the man, asked him how much it costs. He said it was haunted, that the characters, that they cry blood, and there was blood everywhere, blood, blood, blood. But I ignored him, and while he fell asleep in the bushes, I stole the game and ran home. I don't think he even knows I have it. Anyway, while I was walking home, I felt something spooky and creepy about the game. I felt like it was moving. It was very mysterious. Very, very mysterious indeed. When I finally arrived home, I finished my homework. But while I was doing it, I noticed something very creepy and spooky. I heard some whispering, and I had no idea where it was from. But I just ignored it, because I was the only one in the house. And it's not like the game was talking or anything. After I was done with my homework, I decided to put the game in, even though I already have Smash Bros. For Wii U. But I wanted another copy just because I wanted it. Yeah. But when I opened the case for the spooky haunted one, I saw on the cover there was blood, and they were crying, and I can hear the crying. Oh no. They're like, please help me. But I thought I was being pranked. So I opened the game and put it in my Nintendo 64. As soon as I turned it on, it opened the game instantly. I didn't know why, but it just did. While the game was loading up, it played that signature Smash Bros. Theme, but something was different. Everything was off key, and everything looked dark and sad, as if someone used a different filter. And then I pressed start, and the game crashed. And I know what you're obviously all thinking. This is fake. Oh, no spooky, no poopy pastas are real. Anyway, as I was saying, the game crashed. I put the game away inside my backpack and ran outside. I went to the place where the old man was, but he was gone. There was nothing but a note saying, nothing. It was literally the word nothing written out in red blood. I was so scared. I ran home, threw the game in the trash can, and hid in my room. Suddenly, I heard the game. It was calling my name. It was driving me crazy. So I did what I had to do. I took the game out of the trash can and put it back in my Wii U. That magically turned into a Nintendo 64 because consistency. This time, when I put in the game, it sent me to Miiverse. But the Mii characters were all crying and sad and crying and crying and crying. Then it opened the game for real. All the menu colors were red. Everything was red. Maybe of blood. I decided to play a game because I had nothing better to do, even though I had a uncursed copy right there, and several other games, and a PS4, and a phone, and other electronics to my disposal. But no, I decided to play this haunted game because I was told to. As I opened the roster, as I selected Smash, it went straight to the roster, but it was spooky. All the characters were sad and making noises. I turned off the volume on my TV, but it turned back on. I didn't know what was going on, so I unplugged the TV, went to the bathroom, took a dump, and then went downstairs to watch some TV. The next day, I was at school, and I heard it calling my name. So, it was driving me crazy. I just ran out of class, and I ran home, and I took the game of wherever I said I put it, and I put it back in the PS4. And then, the most scary thing happened. There was blood on the screen. Not a picture of blood. There was actual liquid blood dripping from my television screen. So I went downstairs, tears down my face. I got a Clorox wipe, and I cleaned the TV. I was so sad because I just cleaned it last week, and there wasn't any dust on it. So after I cleaned it, I wiped my tears and threw the Clorox wipe away. The game had another character this time. It was a character not from a video game, but from a movie. He looked so weird, like he looked evil and mad, like he didn't want me to play the game, but I got it for free, so I had to play it. So I chose this character, and to my surprise, it was Shrek. But Shrek looked different. Shrek was weird. Shrek, oh my goodness. When I started the battle, Shrek looked at me. You know how the Smash Bros. Is sideways? He turned his head, looked at me, and he said, "Why?" And then the screen went black. And then I turned off my PS4. And then I had lunch. I went back to school because it was lunchtime anyway, and it was about to be over. So I finished the rest of my day at school. I decided to go to the library and do my homework there instead, because, you know, you're not allowed to make noise. So anyway, finished my homework, and I didn't really want to go back home because, you know, the spooky game was still in the system, and I don't know, there was no food left in the fridge, so I just went to my friend's house, and then we played Smash all night long, because it was also a Friday, which I totally mentioned before. When I woke up, I was back in my room. I didn't know how, but the game was there. It was ejected. The disc was red. I didn't want to put it in, but I did it because I wanted to. Once I did it, the game. Oh boy. The game. There was another character added. The other ones were dead, crying, weeping on the floor. There was nothing I could do to help them. It was so surreal. I called Nintendo, see what I could do, but they said such a game doesn't exist. I posted things online. No one responded. They thought it was fake. Anyway, no one could help me. My parents had been gone for 3 years now. There was no one left in this house but me. There was nothing I could do. Then, while the game was still turned on, all my amiibos came to life. They started leaking blood. I don't know why, but everything always leaks blood. And then they started crying and weeping. And then I heard them whispering again. It was very spooky. And then, you know what they did? They started coming towards me. I didn't know what to do. I took out the game, but the PlayStation 64 did not want to open. I unplugged everything. I ran outside. I could see my house leaking with blood. I couldn't do anything. It was spooky. Once the blood drained, I went back inside, and I saw all the characters were back, like this was all some dream. And then, the characters turned at me, and they walked through the screen, and they murdered me! No! No! I yelled, but it was too late. I was already dead. They went back to the screen, and then, they went back inside the PS64, went inside the disc, and the amiibo, which had come to life, carried them back to the homeless man. And the homeless man was there. And it turns out, the homeless man was me! No! So in the end, the spooky games were still around, killing people, flooding their houses with blood, crying and crying and crying, and blood and blood and blood, and haunting games, and making them turn it off. So just in case, always buy games from Nintendo. Don't buy used games. That's the moral of the story. Save 20% off any trade-in with GameStop. The only way to stop, make sure you subscribe, or else the haunted game is going to kill you! No! The game! No! Please! If you do not subscribe, this will be you! No! Oh, the game is going to get you and there will be blood! Blood everywhere! Oh!